Welcome to the Omar section of the video today.
The
This
Omar
is our
section.
first attempt here. Anything you want to say to your beloved clan Grand Council before we get started with
I
what's
mean,
probably going to be a pretty tough mission for you?
so I kind of joked about it in the bidding video, but there is a certain element of truth to it where it'd be really nice if I had more elements to put into my star to so that my fellow star commanders don't have to cut themselves so deeply in order to keep up in the subsequent or initial bids.
I agree. You should try winning and not losing.
I have one.
Try
I've
winning
also
better.
lost. Yeah, listen, I can't argue that. But also, it's not even so much the winning, but also bidding in the auctions and not, you know, just I just need more resources, and I haven't decided to trial anybody for resources because I would lose resources in the process. What I'm also wondering, since if I'm not mistaken, one of these turds can jump. Yeah, the mislinks can jump, so he could jump through some of that, like come from here straight to here, sort of
Sure.
deal. Of course, he's the only one besides the infantry that can do that, and the infantry aren't going to be able to jump very far. I think. What's their jump? Yeah, 6 inches or 3 hexes. Okay. All right.
Cool. I'm gonna roll for initiative.
Yeah, let's do that.
I have a 3.
I have two threes.
Cool. I have 3 units and you have 3 units. I'm going to start by not moving the Night Haunter.
Okay. Oh, Night Haunter, not the Night Chanter.
That's
Okay.
correct. I said what I said.
Well, you also said Night Chanter in something else, so it's fine. It's fine.
Is it
Uh,
supposed to be Night Chanter?
I I looked up
I
Night
think you might
Chanter.
be right. You might be right.
You did say Night
I
Chanter in
said the
previous
name
videos.
that was on the mech, which may
I
not
don't
be the
know if there
correct name.
is. I don't know if there is a Night Haunter model or
Yeah, it's
mech or
Night
whatever,
Chanter.
but
All right. You're good. Go ahead.
okay.
Walk your forces on. Did you say you were deploying the elementals on the Koshi?
They are on the mislinks.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move the mislinks first. His movement is uh 7 hexes. And I have to count the first hex, correct?
Yep. Because you
All right.
walk on.
Yep. All right,
You're
one,
also
two,
facing
three, four.
backwards. I mean, if you want to walk out of the cave backwards, of course,
No,
that's
that was
classic
not that was not
Kai Allard Liao behavior, honestly. Or sorry, that's Justin Allard behavior, but
all right, from this hex, am I still within cave walls at this point?
I
I
don't
don't
think so.
move.
I think that's
Or
the
is that
spot where all their fire is concentrated.
okay? All right. Let's see. What's this TMM? I'm not counting that. Hold on. I am thinking of too many things at once here. Okay, 10. So let's do this. Two, three, four, five. No, five.
Great, I don't move. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be your play. All right, so one, two, three, four. And I can't stack mechs within the same hex, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
What a great first round.
Yep. Lots of movement.
7.
8.
All right. I start with the
The media pulse turret that doesn't
I
move.
don't think that counts though, because it
It
literally
shouldn't.
can't move. I think
Yeah.
that it does have to turn its turret though. So yeah, that's what it does. It just remains firing in that position, in that
Yep.
direction. Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. So, one, two, three. And if I move the mislinks there and then deploy the elementals, can they move? No, they deploy into an adjacent hex, but they don't move until the subsequent turn.
Yes, they deploy into the adjacent hex.
Okay. Um, so now for the next round, they deploy here. They can jump to here. There's no physical obstruction.
That's correct.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. because they
Transported
will.
units can dismount. This is part of the transports movement.
Uh-huh.
So that's the Koshi.
Right.
Units can't dismount. Dismounted units must be placed in contact with their transport, which you've done. The dismounted units can move up to half their movement this round.
Okay, so I can actually. How do you want it? Well, they have a 3 hex range of movement. So how do you want to give that 1 hex
Let's
or
say
2?
two. I'll be generous.
Okay, jump in there then, and then that should give them their TMM of 1. My Koshi had. Now you got me calling it a Koshi.
I thought I could get somebody to do that.
God damn it!
I'm
Well,
hoping the
it's easier
clan
to say
loyalists
than
out
missed
here are
links.
dying. What? Mistlinks is easy. Koshi is not even English.
Yes,
Mistlinks
but
is super
Koshi
English.
is easier to say than missed links.
I
There's a lot more sounds
guess.
involved. Anyway, although to be fair, should I have done that movement with the elementals then, or should I have waited?
No, you do it when you dismount. So
Okay,
it's all at once.
okay,
Yeah, I'm not moving.
yep.
Not moving the. Not, oh, sorry. I do need to move my last mech though. So I suppose I better move my Night Chanter right here. I
And
love
then
the
one,
idea that
two,
these
three,
elementals
four, five.
suicidally dismount and fly directly towards an entire horde of people aiming at them.
Well,
Just five little brilliant stars floating through the air.
they're kind of what's the word I want to use? Fanatical
Screwed.
that way. And then 0 to 6. Are we using inches or are we using hexes to
We're
determine
using
range?
hexes.
Okay, for range too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, it's up to 3 hexes is short range.
Yes. And medium range is basically anywhere on this map.
Right. Okay.
With
All right.
the way that all three maps are designed, there's pretty much medium is the longest range possible
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
close in cave battle. All right, so the Nighthawk, the Night Chanter are going to concentrate fire on the Mist Links,
Of course they are.
and the weapon turret tower is going to fire at the elementals. So we'll start with the weapon turret. It has a skill rating of 5, so that definitely misses. Night Chanter also misses. And Nighthawk also misses, so everything misses.
All right. So
It's everything's coming
the
up Omar right now. This is a good opening round for you, man.
yeah, it is. All right. Elementals. Let's see, they are in short range for the turret. So that's 3. My movement, because I jumped, makes it 4.
You
Is that
take a
right?
+2 when you jump.
Is it a +2? So 5
Yes.
then? All right, 5 to hit short range.
What are you aiming at?
The turret. Sorry, I thought
Okay.
I said that. That is a 5. And that will be short range damage on the elementals is 2 points.
Okay. It's destroyed after
All
one
right.
point of damage.
Let me give them their little kill count. Not that it matters much, but just so I'm tracking. Mislinks. What's his medium damage range? 4. Do you have the reheat? You do not. So the mislinks is going to take out or fire on the Nighthawk. TMM of 2, so 5. He ran, so that's just a +1, so 6. And then that's obviously so 8. 3, 5, 7, 8 from my move. If I move, I add 1, correct?
No,
And it's just, or is it just 2 when I jump?
it's it's just 2 when you jump. You don't
Okay.
add anything when you move regularly. If you don't move, you get a -1.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So in that case, so 3, 5 for range, 7 for TMM, and then that's it.
So the Night Hawk did not move, so it has no TMM
So
if you
6 then,
shoot.
or 5.
Okay.
We'll
Man,
do
that
it.
was a wild, wild ride across the number. So
Yeah.
you're shooting
That's
Nighthawk damage?
4 damage at medium range.
Okay. That's all the armor off of it.
All right, and then Timberwolf will finish it off. And I believe I'm hitting on the same 5.
But man who's very confident he's not going to roll double ones.
I mean, it's a hit, and that is
Managed to barely
7.
squeak by.
Yep,
All
but
right.
it's still a
Nighthawk
kill,
is down.
and that's a kill for Tarm. Okay, that's all 3 of my units.
Initiative
Oh,
is
initiative. Yep, duh.
6.
11.
I have 1 unit and you have 3, so I move and then you move your entire force.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's just gonna back up.
So, let's see. Jump of 12. That's 6 hexes of movement. And 3 hexes of movement. All right. So, yeah, that was your only piece. So I can just go ahead and move all 3 of
Yep.
mine. So, 1, 2, 3. They're obviously heading for the aerospace thing. Mislinks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a jump. And it puts me in short range of the chanter. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he has movement of 10, right?
It's crazy, but the elementals can take more damage than the Mythlinks.
It's fucking scary, is what that is with that mislinks. I believe you are shooting first,
Indeed, I am, sir.
and there is line of sight from the Timberwolf to the what you call it, the chanter.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
What's the TMM on the Mythlinks?
TMM on the mislinks is 3. I don't know if that gets adjusted for it jumping.
It gets a +1 when it jumps. Did it jump?
Yes.
Then that takes this hit to a miss.
Okay. All right. Um, we'll start with the mislinks. Short range. Gunnery or skill of 3. 5 is your TMM. Is that what that is? That 2?
Yes, 2.
All right, so 5, 7, whoops. 3, 5 for my movement, 7 for your movement. Short range. 7s. And that is a hit. I'm going to verify that, but it's 4 damage.
How much damage?
4. And then the elementals are firing at medium range. So that will be 3, 5 because they jump as well. 7, 9. 2, 3, yep, 9s. 9s for the elementals. Miss. And then 3, 5, 7 for the Timberwolf. It's a hit, and that is 7 damage.
Well, that's the ball game. So it now comes down to you risking your elementals for the final part of this. Would you like to try the optional objective of capturing the aerospace bay?
I would.
Very well. Your
So I
skill
need to
rating is
roll.
3, so you need to hit a 4.
Okay.
Every point that you are under is a point of damage your elementals take.
That's
All
dead
right.
on 4. So
Your elementals don't take any damage as they go through regular human-sized tunnels and doorways. They burst out of these tunnelways on people who are urgently trying to get dropships refueled, like people who are disconnecting hydrogen
yeah.
lines from the side of dropships, people who are carrying armaments. Civilians are being loaded onto the ships, and your guys just cut down anybody who seems like a threat, anyone who's prepping the ship, and easily board it and threaten the captain with death until they shut down the ship.
I think there's an awful lot of pilot light taunting because this is a flamer's point. So there's a off. I feel like just like I'm thinking like in Alien when they all have those flamers and you just
Yeah.
see the little pilot light at the front, and I think there's a lot of that being tested and taunted at the civilians and whatnot.
Okay, I don't think that's how flame elementals work because
No, probably not, but
I think that the way the flamethrowers work for elementals is it's the fusion engine dumps all of its waste heat out. So it's not like it's liquid flame. But
okay. I see
but
what you're saying.
I'm no elemental suit expert, so I could be totally wrong on that.
I feel like maybe, well, if I mean, either way, there's occasional gouts of flame coming out, just enough to scare people and threaten them and intimidate.
I mean, even if it's just heat or whatever, it would distort the air around it
Yeah,
when
yeah.
fired. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
after several
Uh,
minutes, your elementals return back to the waiting mech warriors.
yep. And then we will make our move. Do I need to
Okay.
move into that final section there?
Wait up. It's just a dice roll. You need to hit a
Okay.
+3, so
So
you
6.
need to hit a 6. So you can fail this on double ones.
Yeah,
You
that is
didn't.
a 5.
Your elementals will take 1 point of damage.
And that is just enough to crunch some armor.
They enter into a prepared defensive situation with people who have bolt action rifles and like hand axes,
I,
buckets full of like
I thought you were going
slot.
to say bolters for a second.
What?
I don't know.
You didn't
Well, you
get
said
your
bolt. So I know I need to get my game straight.
you need to get your kids. The problem, audience, is that we're playing this during the time we'd normally be playing Imperium Maledictum. So
And I'm running Battletech and Warhammer 40K games on my own channel. So
your your lance or star is highly effective here. So you get the following resources: 3 honor for capturing the residence with 3 resources.
3 honor and 3 resources.
Yep.
Okay.
You get 2 honor for eliminating all defenders and 3 resources.
Okay.
1 honor for the aerospace bay with 2 resources.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get an additional 1 honor and resource for defeating the loose night hawk.
Oh, the one that escaped from the last mission.
Yes, that was a bonus objective, secret bonus objective.
Okay, so that gives me 7
That's 7
honor
honor and
and
9
8,
resources.
9 resources.
You then also have to pay for the units you put in the field. This is where things are going to get tricky for you.
Yeah.
So you
And
held back the Storm Crow. That's
correct.
going to cut down on the amount of costs you have. The Omni Mech costs you their size and upkeep. So
That's 4.
Timberwolf is 3.
And I did not use the
Mislinks is
EME one.
1, so that's 4 total. And then Elementals, I think you flip a coin.
Yeah, I think it's flip a coin for 1 and
No,
or
Elementals cost 1, conventional infantry flip a
that's it.
coin.
So
So
5 resources.
yeah, 5 resources. So you end up with a net positive of 4, which is just enough to keep you in the positive and in the game at a time where you are real
Well,
shaky, brother.
so I started with 3. I gained 9. That put me at 12. Well,
And
let's
you
just
pay 5.
no. I end up with 7 resources is what I end up
Yes,
with at the
that's
end,
correct.
and 2 kills for my Star Commander.
Yes. But you need to get 3 points in a single trial in order to get the SPA. So
But it was the experience that I was because that's cumulative over time, right? I don't have the rules
any
open. I don't
pilot that
remember.
participates in 5 trials may reduce their skill rating by 1. You might
Okay.
qualify for that. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because I won the first trial. Wait, I don't remember. This is mission 4,
It is mission 4, but there was a trial of,
and there was a trial of
yeah, you might be at
circle
3
vehicles
or
with
4 right
spoon
now. You're
with
getting
spoon.
close.
So I did my first mission. I failed, and
You did mission 2 because mission 1 was Dunamis.
yep, yeah. Dunamis had to come and rescue me on the second
Right.
one, but I still got the experience for participating in that mission.
Correct.
Then I did mission 3,
Yes.
which is the one I
You
committed
did a
everything.
trial and then you did this one. So you have 4
Not
trials
4.
that you participated
Okay,
in.
so 4 trials
So the
out of the
next
5.
trial that you survive, you will drop your skill rating from 3 to 2.
Right. And that's just for Tarm, not
That's
my
just for
entire
Tarm. You have
lands
to
or
be tracking
Starmie.
everybody else for there.
Ooh. That Stormcrow pilot's gonna be mad. Because she had like 3 kills in that last mission. She could have gotten kills today. But that's all right. She'll live.
Are you sure the Stormcrow made 3 kills in one trial?
Yeah, because she
I
ended up
would
being the
double
one that
check that because if that's
I'd
true,
have.
they get an SPA point.
Ooh.
You're just gonna have to rewatch the
But
whole video to
I
find
know, but
out.
I think one of them was like, is it 3 mechs or is it
It's
three
3
anything?
points.
3 points. Okay,
A
then I
mech
will
is a
have to go
point.
back.
A point of elementals is a point.
Yeah, I'll have
I
to go
would
back
double
and look.
check on that one.
Yeah, because I remember the Stormcrow did have more than 1 kill in that last mission. I
Okay.
felt like she got quite a few. But I'm happy that I walked out of this only taking 1 point of damage. And
What's your new honor rating?
I gotta look at my notes now.
Have you temporarily leaped in front of Spoon?
Probably. Well,
You
I've
were
gained 7
16, I
honors, so
think.
I was at 16, so I'm at 23. I might be ahead of him, but that will of course
Getting
change come
getting
the.
close to Dunamis.
Well, Dunamis is in the lead, is he not?
Yeah, it turns out that when you win, you get honor.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
I know. And when you win without using your call down, you get even more honor. I was definitely concerned though. I think if you had popped my mislinks, I might have been thinking about bringing in that Stormcrow.
Okay.
But the fact that all of your shots missed in that first round of firing was crucial. It was
I'm
super
gonna be
crucial to me.
straightforward with you. There was
Yeah.
a cruel part of me that wanted to just dogpile the elementals as soon as they walked around the corner
Hmm.
and just make it so you couldn't pass the mission. It didn't feel fair to me to do that,
Oh, because
but it
the only way to.
absolutely would have been that's probably not how the defenders would have defended themselves, but if I was an opposition player rather than a game master,
Yeah, yeah.
denying you the objective to punish you would have absolutely been the hilarious thing to do.
Well, like realistically, you'd be focusing your fire on the biggest threat, the biggest and or
I don't
closest
think
threat.
that's true in this particular case. I focused fire on the mislinks because it was fast and it was getting in everybody's face.
Well, but in your estimation, that made it the bigger threat. Bigger
I
threat
think
doesn't
a
always
Timberwolf
mean
is probably the biggest
well,
threat, but you can
right. But the
wait to
point
deal with
being
that.
the point being is that size isn't always your
You know what, Omar?
largest.
I'm glad that you've chosen to tell me how I should array my forces after you've already won. It's so charitable of you to wait until the game is already over to tell me how I should play it.
Totally sounds like somebody from Warhammer has done that. I feel like somebody's told me the story of so and so that did that shit, and I can't remember who it is. It wouldn't have been everybody's golden child, the robotic Gulaman, huh?
I've been shitlording lately, and especially in BattleTech, where the Oath of Endosteel guys, I was like, yeah, but you didn't do that, huh? You just kept failing to make any dice rolls. So I guess you are the revenge of the players. Well, based on your victory here, how do you think the match is going to go for the other two?
uh,
There are no other secrets or surprises to pop out on them.
well, I'll say, and we already know this. Spoon's going to have a bit of a challenge against him. That's that one. I have no idea how that's going to turn out. If he's not careful, he's going to get smashed. Plain and simple. Um, if he's without knowing specifics, if he's good with positioning and the dice rolls, obviously he'll get it. But I think there's variables there that are outside of his control. Dynamis, I'm not worried. I think he's just going to show up and kill a locust and whatever else might still be there. I think the locust was the only big thing there.
Okay.
Well, that and the actual capturing the uh the objectives. Um, are we gonna keep the results of this to our chest until the other two are resolved?
I would say so, but I guess that's up to you. You can go taunt
Oh,
them
I
with your.
absolutely want to pretend I got my ass handed to me.
All right, I'm not going to
Well, not
stop you
pretend.
from doing
I'm not
that.
going to tell them what happened because I want them to wait
Okay.
for the final reveal. In fact,
All right.
I may not even say anything. I'll just take it back to the old Solaris Knights days. Well, there was a fight.
You're really going to have trouble with this one, huh? You really want to gloat, I think.
I do, but I don't want to be that guy that gloats and is the asshole for it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I won straight out, and I know that only some of that is based on what I did. You know, because I had a handful of dice rolls go extremely well in my favor, especially winning the initiative. But
Part of winning the victory here involved also bidding well. So
yeah, there is that.
this is mission 4. We're sitting down with Dunamis. Gonna play some Alpha Strike here in your cave battle. Now you have 4 units available to you, but you are choosing to take the Vapor Eagle 5 Lawson got you
Hmm.
and the Clan Heavy Infantry, Jump Infantry, not the Elementals and not the Blickite.
Correct.
All right.
We're using the Lawson via way of Omar and the guys that we 50-50 don't have to pay for.
Sure.
Trying to reduce our resource cost while maximizing resource intake and honor intake.
Yes, I definitely thought you're the guy that's playing for honor more than pretty much anyone else. Any questions before we get started?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's roll
We've
for
got,
initiative.
just to make sure, I've got eliminate all defenders and then capture residents. And eliminate defenders is secondary. Is that right?
Correct.
Got it.
Although on this map, it would be difficult to accomplish. I have a 4 for initiative.
I also have a 4.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know if it matters this turn, but
Okay. I am doing my whole move before you move, which is to not move my locust. You are walking in from this hex, and this hex right here is the first tile in which you can see your target objective.
okay, including visibility to the locus as well. No visibility here.
No, because this is a wall.
A wall. Gotcha.
It's just
Okay.
that when I designed the map, I couldn't make it look good. Like the walls were just in the way,
I gotcha. Wait, I thought movement was full, shooting was half. No, I'm confusing
No,
myself.
it's
1, 2, 3.
yeah.
You're right. Then you're still facing that way.
Well, I think it's here. This is the third because you come in from off the board.
Oh, coming from off.
Yeah.
All right. On that case, he can just run. Not that it matters. And by he, a squad of 40 people. And then this dude, well, you can move a lot further. Do I want you getting that far ahead? I think it's probably fine. So 12 means 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, can I not jump? I'm in a cave.
You can jump.
Okay. Then he'll just go here.
You just got to Mech Warrior 3 it where half the missions in phase 2 or 3 are in caves and you got to feather your jump jets constantly. You were right. It isn't going to matter for this round. Initiative is 4 again.
Okay.
Cool. I don't move.
12.
Okay.
So I just want to know I can get to here to here. That's basically what I want to make sure. That's a TMMF2. And you didn't move?
That's correct.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're going to do that. And just hope I outshoot you. I probably should have looked at your mech first.
So
Okay.
you're seeing a Clan Tech refit of a Locust C, whose pilot seems startled when you come walking around the corner. So
1, 2, 3. Clan Tech refit. Interesting. He's probably going, why is a medium mech here? Okay. And I moved these guys up.
Probably praying to God.
Yeah.
Yeah, you moved them up. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm shooting at what's your TMM?
2.
That will miss because I started a 5.
And this is.
Oh, wait, hold on. That might
Yep.
not miss because I get a -1 to shoot because I didn't move.
Yeah, it's true.
And you're in short range, so that actually will hit.
Nice.
You get 2 points of short range damage.
Give me pen.
You're shooting at me. You have no TMM, so you just need a 3.
That sounds right, because Zander is a 3.
If you hit, you kill him, he is dead.
All right, 5 damage. Locust. All
Your
right.
enemy dies surprised. So your roll all comes down to a 4. Your clan heavy jump infantry need to hit a 4 plus in order to succeed with no damage. If you roll under 4, you take an amount of damage equal to the difference. So you can't fail because if you roll double ones, it's only a 2, so you'll succeed and have taken 2 damage in the process.
I like it. Come on, infantry. Nice.
They overwhelm the defenders, taking no damage in the process. Your clan heavy jump infantry gather up survivors, go through all of the technical data, and begin capturing computers, hard drives, electronic devices. It is a overwhelming and immediate victory that is solved in, less than 20 or 30 seconds. You've completed your entire raid.
I think Zander doesn't even really feel any honor in this. He's just like, this is what was left from the slim pickings. I sure hope my comrades knew what they were doing.
Very well. You get everything because you fully completed the mission.
2 honor, 3 resource.
And then you have to pay 2 to run your it's not an omni-mech though, it's a battle mech.
Right. So it's one for the Goshank, Goshank, and then flip a coin for the infantry.
Yeah, roll one of the D6s, and on a 4, 5, or 6 you pay.
Ow.
Okay, so
5.
you pay 2 of your 3 resources. So
Stupid
you gain
infantry.
1. What's your new honor rating?
It went up by 2, so 26.
Pretty close to that 30 mark.
My resource goes up by 1, so I'm now at 6. Man, after all that, resource only went up 1. Boo. Oh well.
I mean, you brought a medium mech to a ultra light fight.
Yeah.
You brought a clan tech killing machine against an early clan refit.
Although, if I did bring, the thing I wanted to bring, right, was the fire moth. But if you had hit that, it would have died.
Yes.
Granted, the TMM would have been 2 higher, but
yes.
Yeah.
But you couldn't know,
No.
whether or not I would do that.
Yeah.
Spoon was worried that this was going to be a Locust 2C and that it would smoke you.
I mean, if I had my own light, I might have concerns. But when I was coming into the medium, I was like, this. I mean,
it's going to be easy mode. Yeah.
Yeah. If I really wanted to stomp, I would have just shut up the blood kite and no infantry. But then I would have completed the objective. So. But
any post-battle thoughts you wanted to share?
I think this is Zander kind of went about this very methodically and is just hoping that Tarm and Amos, Tarm and Amos, like he's basically like I got the leftover, which was a cakewalk. I hope they know what they're doing because he's competitive. He's also realizing the worse they do, the worse task force landslide looks.
Welcome to the third part of our Battletech Below the Cutdown Mission 4 wave. I'm here with Spoon. Based on what you're seeing on the battle map here, Mr. BigSpoon, aka Star Commander Amos of Clan Star Adder, how are you feeling about calling down?
we're going to give it a go without calling down for a little while. I think if I can get some good shots in, I think this will go just fine.
All right. Well, you're looking at a Stinger early clan, Rifleman early clan, Lancelot early clan, and a Whitworth early inner spear. So
Yeah,
you're officially bringing down what, a Timberwolf, Stormcrow, and Elemental pack?
correct.
That's that's gonna be spicy. There is a possibility here that if your personal mech is played well, you could destroy 3 or more points in a single battle,
Hmm.
or possibly even manage to lock in 5 times your tonnage if you
Yeah,
were
let's
the
see.
elemental pack.
Yeah, I say 5 times of 75 is
We finally
quite.
had we had a unit destroy 3 points in one battle. It was just the NPC Stormcrow during Omar's mission, which we've determined is official now. Yes,
Yeah.
that is the most skilled pilot on the battlefield currently.
Hmm. Gonna give that pilot a shot at a blood name.
I see. Well, yeah, I might, Spoon, I believe this is the first time Amos has taken the battlefield ever. Is that
Yes,
right?
that is
So this is
correct.
his first true mission since graduating from whatever version of the blooding the Star Adders have, which I think the Star Adder ceremony is 2 cadets team up together and do cool stuff, unlike the Jade Falcons, where they basically fight each other and murder
Yeah.
freeborns or whatever.
Yeah, the Star Adders are a very pragmatic clan.
Hmm,
I mean,
they're
as far
pragmatic for a
relatively.
clan of Kerensky.
Yeah, yes, of
Sure.
course. Of
As
course.
far as Kerensky and clans go, I'll accept that that might have some truth to it.
Yes. I mean, they were the ones that wanted to bring the entire clan Tuman to invade the inner sphere with. So,
What can I say? How is he feeling knowing that the force around him are completely psyched? Like, just to be clear, Amos is certain that he's been playing a 4D chess game where he's been manipulating everyone else. But if you hadn't been doing your dueling, you would have stood at risk of losing your position as a star commander from your own clan. But more
mhm,
importantly, every time you sit out on a mission, everyone on your star sits out on the mission, which means they aren't getting honor or blood names or ranks. Their codex lies as empty as yours. And the solution to that problem is to kill you. So finally letting the dogs or the snakes off the chain here has brought some relief to a star which has been simmering at murder.
mhm, mhm.
How do you feel, Amos, knowing that it's your time to shine?
I think Amos is very determined, and that while everyone else is probably excited, he is, trying to keep a lid on things, even though he is also probably very excited to get into this fight.
All right. Let's take a look at the battlefield here, which is a little different than some of the battlefields we've seen before. It is completely encapsulated by cave walls, which I did not put in place because when they were in place originally, you couldn't really see the battlefield all that well with camera angles. You will be entering onto the map from this angle. Anywhere along this western wall you can walk in from. These areas of compacted dirt are basically mech high walls. I say mech high, I mean mech height walls. So this is basically like a prepared defensive position of 3 waves that has been prepared against you.
Yeah, they've set up a series of chest high walls to hide behind.
Correct. Yes. And then, of course, you have the power generator in the back, which has a 5+ rating. You could very conceivably win the whole mission and then roll poorly with your elementals and lose.
That has been on my mind since the bidding.
I see. Georgia is usually on my mind, but yes. Let's do it then.
Okay.
I'm going to roll for the initiative of my 4 forces with a 9.
Yay. Let's see what I got. With an 8.
All right.
So I will move first.
You have 3 forces walking in against my 4.
Yep. We will put, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Interesting.
But
I have 4 forces versus your 2, so I need to move 2 units. The Stinger is going to jump. I believe it can jump 6 hexes. 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to jump here. Let's just say it stuck the landing.
yeah, of course. Okay.
The Whitworth will move here.
I will go 4 here. And I don't have the movement to get up onto that hill, so we're stuck behind it for now.
Cool. Rifleman moves laterally, and I'm done.
Lancelot, stay still.
I don't have to make that
yeah,
decision.
Sorry. The elementals are going to be riding the Timberwolf.
Very well.
Little push.
Lancelot
I just put
moves.
them into the. Hang on, I gotta pull them out of this. I put them into the bag.
Unbelievable, this disrespect that you have shown them. All right, let's look at some dice here. TMM increases on jump, so this is a 3, and then everyone else is a 1, 2, 1. What are you rocking? 2 and 2. You were shooting first, sir. Are you using Ghost Bear dice?
Yeah, I was. There are no Star Adder dice, so I just picked the
Why
next.
wouldn't you ask Sidious and Dunamis to make you some?
Ah,
They made Ludeman his Duchy of Andurian dice, which is surely a faction much rarer than Star Adders.
sure. So let's start with. Let's start with the Stormcrow into the Stinger.
Okay.
So he's 3, 6 for your movement, 7 for cover.
I don't like that number's so low.
And he got it just barely. So that Stinger is toast.
I don't like that at all. Well, let's have that Stinger shoot back.
For sure.
I think that'll actually hit. That was 5.
6, 7 for your jump.
Yep. 8,
8,
9,
9.
10.
Yeah.
That
you
would be a
nailed it on the
successful
dot.
hit with the Stinger.
How much damage does that Stinger do?
That's a great question. I believe it was 2 for short range.
Yeah, let's see.
I have
It was a Stinger C.
Yeah, it's 2.
Yeah, it is 2.
I had it open on master unit list just in case I did something exactly like what I did.
All right, so you're taking 2 damage to the Stormcrow. All right, let's put the Timberwolf into the Whitworth. So we're a 3. Let's see, 6 hexes, which is medium range. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for your movement in the hill. That's going to be just short.
Very well. I'm going to fire with the Rifleman, which is my expert clan level pilot.
Mm-hmm.
That was my alarm for us getting started at normal time. Let's see here. I think dumping on the Stormcrow might be the best bet here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's medium range. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for range. That is a 7, so that will also miss. Do your elementals shoot while they're on?
I don't believe they can shoot while they are.
Very well. I will take the rest of my shots also at the Stormcrow. So we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that will be a hit.
Yep. From the Whitworth.
The Whitworth will hit for 2. And the Lancelot will need the same thing. It'll need a 10 to hit. And it got an 8. So you walk into the cave. It's immediately laser lights, autocannons, missiles everywhere. Both sides are absolutely dumping. The Timberwolf Prime unloads what I'm assuming are 40 missiles in the process and tons of lasers. It is bad. But the one most affected is the Stinger. This Stormcrow just walks in and casually one-shots the fast-jumping mech before he lands down behind the berm. And as we can see here, his smoking leg is the only thing that remains of him. This masterful artistry and battlefield production values brought to you by APGamingREAL. This whole show, by the way, is sponsored by patreon.com/APGamingREAL. Sign up now, and for $5 or more a month, you too can get involved with the secret behind-the-scenes stuff going on and get early episodes for this show. I don't think I've ever pitched Patreon, despite the fact this show is basically the Patreon
It's
show.
the Patreon show, yeah.
This is the Patreon show.
For never
sure.
pitching Patreon, that was a pretty good Patreon pitch.
Well, that's not a very good initiative roll. It's not a very good initiative roll at all.
Yeah.
So we are 3 and 3 in terms of number of units. I think the Whitworth is just gonna tango back to the side.
Sure. The elementals will remain in their handholds.
In their cocoons. The riflemen will also tangle sideways.
Let's see. I think staying in place helps.
I don't think the elementals are in
me.
cocoons, right? They're using
No,
the
they're like,
handles on the
they're
mech.
like grabbed
they're
on. Yeah, they're grabbed on with their claws.
Yeah.
I think the Timberwolf is also going to move by not moving. So I'm going to stand still, I think.
Now, just note, you're saying also, but none of my units have done that.
Well, but my elementals did. They
Okay.
did not move because they
I can't
stayed,
shoot them directly, but I can get the bonus for shooting a non-moving Timberwolf for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's a nice stable platform for you, though.
Yeah.
All right. Lancelot is going to do a little shuffling around the back, just keeping the backfield alive with a 2 on its TMM.
For sure. I think the Stormcrow is also going to do the
sideways shuffle.
Sideways shuffle.
Cool.
Keep his TMM up.
Cool. We're going to have the riflemen shoot first, dumping everything on them, their Stormcrow.
Okay.
Let's see. Looking at a 3, 4, 5 for range, 6 for the wall, 7, 8 for TMM. That is still an 8, even with the rollover. So that is 2 points of damage.
Right, you are through his armor.
Scratching the paint. We've done what Terra Invicta would call chip damage to that Stormcrow.
Did you want to finish the rest of your shooting?
No. Let's alternate as it does.
Sure. So let's put the Stormcrow back into the rifleman. So I'm looking for 7s.
Sure.
And got it with a 10. So that's 5 points of damage to that rifleman.
That is 1 point of internal damage.
And that's an 11 on the crit dice. So I believe that is an engine hit. Yes, that is an engine hit.
Hate that. We're going to have Whitworth unloading those LRMs on the Stormcrow. That is a miss.
Timberwolf going into the Whitworth. I'm a 3 down to a 2 because I said stood still. 4, 5 for range. 6, 7 for TMM and cover. Uh-oh. Yep, double ones.
Lancelot looking for 10s, I think. Nope. That will cover everyone. Initiative is 9.
Initiative is also a 9.
Very well. 8.
10.
Well, shit.
3 to 3.
Lancelot will step sideways. Keep that TMM up.
Elementals will stay ensconced on the Timberwolf.
Whitworth does a little sideways shuffle.
Does a little sideways shuffle.
Rifleman does a little sideways shuffle.
Timberwolf's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The shock.
I believe that puts me at short range of that Whitworth.
Rifleman is going to fire at Stormcrow while building point of heat plus overheat of 1. So we're looking at
He's full sending.
I mean, he either defeats this rifleman defeats the Stormcrow now or not. Either way, he's pretty much out of the combat after this, no matter what he's doing. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He needs this to hit, and it will not. The one hitting the table was the doom.
Yep. Let's put the Timberwolf into the Whitworth. So we're 3. Nothing for range. 4, 5 for cover and TMM. Got it. And that's 7 points of damage to the Whitworth, which I believe destroys it.
That does destroy the Whitworth. We're going to save shooting that Whitworth for the Lancelot, which I believe needs a 10 to hit the Stormcrow. And that is a 3. What do you have?
We will put the... let's see. He'd put it into the Rifleman. Stormcrow into the Rifleman, looking for the kill. He is a clan warrior. He's not going to try and set up his star commander for kills. I believe I'm looking for 7s. He does not get it, though.
I need a 10 on the Whitworth for a suicide kill. That is not going to happen. Whitworth is out of the game, having not done that much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him an arm. Cave is now absolutely filling with smoke from numerous missile launches, all of the dead mechs. Initiative is now 2 versus 3. I have a 6.
7.
Cool. The Rifleman will side shuffle.
2. So the elementals will stay embarked on the Timberwolf, and then the Timberwolf will go 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a lie. See, now this is clan invasion level shit, where you're like, surely we can take down one medium mech with an entire lance, and it's just a Timberwolf soloing the whole cavern. This is the horror of Felon Cal right here.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Timberwolf or the not Timberwolf, Stormcrow side shuffles to the left, staying behind cover.
Cool. Lancelot is looking for a 10 to hit Stormcrow. Nope.
We will go Timberwolf into Rifleman. So we're at short range 3, 4, 5. We got it, and that is a dead Rifleman.
He is going out with another overheat shot. He needs a 10 to hit, and he will explode either way.
We got it.
That reads as a 10, so
Yeah.
he takes out.
It was rolling over, and it would have finished on the 5 up. So,
in the words of Brian Murphy, you have got to honor the cock.
was he? That was the Stormcrow he was shooting at.
Yes.
It was 3 damage.
Yes.
The Stormcrow is down.
One of the rare few successes I've had on this show. Still, this may turn out to be an incredibly successful mission for you. All right. That's everybody?
That is all the shooting, yes.
Initiative of 5.
Initiative of 4.
You move your whole force before I do, so.
Yep. Elementals will stay embarked. Timberwolf will shuffle to the right here.
Such a dangerous move. Lancelot will also shuffle and turn. You're shooting first. The Lancelot pilot opens comms. He's just like, all I have to do is defeat one mech. That's all I need to do in order to win. You Sue rat.
Medium range, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for TMM and cover.
I mean, how hard could it be for a heavy mech to fight a heavy mech?
That is too short.
That is also short. Initiative 8.
Initiative 7.
Please move your whole force.
We will shuffle to the left, and elementals will stay embarked.
Ooh.
Okay. No shooting.
Now that is a wall, yes.
Yep. Initiative?
Indeed. 9.
Not 9. That's 5.
All I have to do, Spoon, is this. I have to force you into short range,
Mhm.
then roll double 6s,
Mhm.
and then a second set of double 6s to instantly headshot kill you.
Yes.
Through armor critical.
Correct. That is
all
in
I
fact
need to
what
do
you
is
have to
roll
do.
2 1 in 36 chances in a row.
So I move everything first. Elementals will stay embarked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then we'll go 5.
Cool, I don't move.
Yep.
Initiative of snakes.
Also snakes.
Incredible.
Now boxcars.
Boxcars?
Also
These are the boxcars I needed.
Also
What is going
boxcars.
on? You also rolled. No, Spoon, this is what I needed to
You
defeat
listen.
you.
You called it, and now it's
This is
gone.
what I needed.
It has slipped away into the ether, and it will never return.
All right, I have 8.
I do not have 8.
All right, fine.
5.
Eat shit. It's your turn.
Okay.
No. No.
So we go 1, 2. No, sorry. We go 1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4, 5.
4, 5. Elementals stay embarked.
Cool. I'm just gonna walk up here, and we shall now shoot.
Yep. I think Amos finally answers them over comms, saying, "At least you faced your death bravely. Desgra scum." I shoot first.
Yes, you shoot first.
So I need a 5. I got a 5 with the rollover.
That is
So
not
that
enough
is
to kill.
7. Yes, that is 7. And a 5 on the crit is no critical hit.
Perfect, perfect. Now watch all these 6s hit the table.
Uh-oh.
Awesome. That is a
7.
hit.
And that is a critical.
Critical
7
of
is an
5.
MP hit.
Oh,
So the blue is the critical roll.
yeah.
This is
that might be
location.
right. Yes, yes, yes. 7.
So I
MP
lose.
hit. Blows through a knee socket, and you've got that.
I've got the limp.
Yeah, the mech commander limp
Yeah.
of the Mad Cat. Mad Cat, Jaguar Mad Cat. All right, he gets in there. He pops your armor a little bit. He messes you up. That is a whole 4 damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see where's my card. Here it is.
Initiative is 6. Oh, Whitworth, you were totally useless.
5. So I move first. I'm going to move him here, but I'm going to move into melee. And elementals will stay embarked. But my TMM is now only a 1.
Move into melee, you say?
No, I'm not moving into melee.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could.
No, I'm just going to take a step back from my TMM and then shoot you.
Okay.
However, you are shooting first, so.
Yep. So we are again looking for 5s. And again, we got a 5, so that is a 3rd kill for me.
That does not hit. That means
Wait. No, I think that does hit, right? He's a skill 5
he's a skill 5.
with my MP crit. That is a hit.
Oh my goodness. That's wild. Well, you take another 4.
Yeah. That is still not enough to. That takes all my armor, but it's not enough to get into
Take
my
my
internals.
armor away. All
Okay.
right, so your elementals are skill 3. They need to hit a 5+, so you need to hit an 8 to wrap the mission up with no casualties. If you hit a 3, they will succeed while dying.
Yep. All right. Let's go, Bobby. Hit this 8.
No,
that is an 11.
overwhelming success.
Yeah.
The elementals pour into a hardened resistance of dozens of prepared militia defenders, prepared positions, traps, and it is some Astartes bullshit where these guys are mechanically going through, like, everyone's pointing at a door when the wall explodes from an SRM pack, and then the elementals pour through. They're getting the defenders are ready to shoot laterally, like along the horizontal plane. Elementals are jumping over a wave of suppressive gunfire, and people are correcting, and they accidentally shoot other people in the back as their guns are flinging around wildly. The elementals just spraying heavy machine gun fire all over the place. People are dying in droves. They rapidly move to seize people and objects of intelligence value and handily prove their worth on this particular expedition. So, according to my notes here, by capturing this residence, you've earned 5 honor and 5 resources, and by eliminating all defenders, you've earned 7 honor and 5 resources. So you're looking at 12 honor and 10 resources.
Yeah, that all sounds correct.
I believe that by defeating 3 points by yourself, you have also earned yourself a single SPA point.
Okay, cool.
Let us double check the rules on that particular one.
Just gotta add up my stuff here. So I got 12 total honor. That I believe will maybe until Amos does, or Star Commander Zander does his mission, rockets me into the lead.
Everybody already did their mission. You're the last.
But then as far as resources goes, I pay 3 for the Timberwolf and 2 total for the Stormcrow, and then 1. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So really, I only gain 4 resources.
Still, I mean, that's a good resource gain.
That's a good haul. Yep. Like compared to what we've been having recently, this is, I think, other than maybe the first mission, this is the biggest score yet.
Yeah, I of course designed all of this carefully. I don't know if I designed it well, but I designed it carefully so that people would intentionally bid low to get the easier missions, and that the harder one would be extremely risky to take. But you did it with 2 mechs. You didn't even use the elementals in the battle. So.
Yeah, I mean, I really only needed them for the objective.
Yes, but I like that I'm putting those objectives in to force you guys to bring infantry forces and risk them.
I agree. I think that's smart.
Officially, any pilot or crew which can claim 3 points or their equivalent in a single trial may gain 1 SPA point. So you can bank that, or you can spend it on an SPA.
I will have to look at the SPAs for
now. Note, if you buy one that has multiple tiers, you can't be like, now I'm going to buy the second point of that. You have to spend it all at once.
Yes.
I doubt you destroyed 5 times your tonnage in the process.
I don't think so. Let's see.
And this is also not your 5th trial. I think it's only your first, actually, right?
I'll have to go back and watch and see if I think
we don't count the martial arts exhibitions as being trials.
I think I might have put Amos in the Stormcrow for the trial against Tarm. I don't remember.
Okay.
So 75 times. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that's
you had 5 times the tonnage. Yeah.
It's not even close.
What's 5 times 75, right?
375.
It'd have to be like almost 400, right?
I'd have to destroy 3 100-ton mechs and then also a 75-ton mech.
I was gonna say 3 atlases and an awesome.
Yeah, like
with an elemental pack.
Yeah, three atlases and another Timberwolf, or like 3 atlases and a Black Knight.
Damn, 3 atlases and a Timberwolf sounds like a really good album. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, you listen to 3 atlases and a Timberwolf? That shit was wild.
That's definitely what was the rapper's name? That's definitely one of his tracks is 3.
Oh, are you talking about William? William Wyndhamson?
Yeah. William Wyndhamson.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Well,
is there anything you're feeling in the aftermath of this? And also, what's your new total honor?
My new total honor is 30.
Okay, so you have earned a shot for the blood name then.
Yes, and I think Amos is feeling elation, vindication, and he's coming up with how he's going to rub this in Star Commander Tarm and Star Commander Zander's faces.
I will let them discuss with you how their missions went. Since everyone wanted to hide theirs until everyone had completed.
For sure.
Okay. I'm going to let everyone know you can all talk about it now. Okay. All missions complete. Boop-a-doop.